My brother spent 30 years getting everything from our parents while I got nothing, so I made sure he found out why at the family reunion. The lake house was always Kyle's. Dad built it when Kyle turned 10. I was 8, but somehow it was Kyle's lake house. Kyle got the jet ski. Kyle got the master bedroom. I got the pull-out couch in the den. Growing up, every achievement Kyle made was celebrated. Graduation party with 100 people. Failed business, Dad invested $50,000 to help him learn. My college graduation, dinner at Applebee's. When I started my own business and actually succeeded, Mom said, "That's nice," and changed the subject to Kyle's new girlfriend. This went on for 30 years. Every holiday, every family gathering, Kyle was the golden child. I was just there. Last month, Dad died. Heart attack. At the funeral, Kyle cried dramatically, made a speech about what an amazing father we had. I said nothing because what was there to say? The will reading was scheduled for the following week. Kyle showed up in a suit looking confident. The lawyer opened the envelope, started reading. "To my daughter Jessica, I leave the lake house, the boat, the jet skis, all properties, investments, and the entirety of my financial estate valued at $2.3 million. Kyle's face went white. "What? That can't be right." The lawyer continued. "To my son Kyle, I leave my personal effects, photo albums, and the contents of the storage unit on Miller Road. This is insane." Kyle stood up. "Dad always said everything would be mine. The lake house is mine. Please sit down, Mr. Patterson," the lawyer said. "There's an attached letter." He handed it to me, not to Kyle, to me. My hands shook as I opened it. "Jessica, by the time you read this, you'll understand. Kyle has always gotten everything because he needed everything. You never needed anything from me because you were always strong enough on your own." My throat tightened. Kyle needed constant support, constant validation, constant rescue. You built a life without any help. You succeeded where Kyle failed over and over. You made me prouder than I ever told you. I looked up. Kyle was staring at me. "What does it say?" I kept reading silently. "I know I didn't show it. I know I seemed to favor your brother. But favoritism was never about love. It was about necessity. Kyle needed a father to survive. You never did. That's why the lake house is yours. That's why everything is yours. You earned it by not needing it." I folded the letter. Kyle was on his feet. "What does it say? Let me see it." "Sit down, Kyle," Mom said quietly. Her voice had no energy. "Mom, this is wrong. Dad promised, your father promised you nothing." Mom interrupted. "I wrote that letter. Not your father. He died without a will." The room went silent. "What?" I whispered. Mom looked at me with tired eyes. "Your father died intestate. Everything defaults to equal split between you and Kyle under state law. But I contested it. Hired lawyers. Spent 6 months fighting to make sure you got everything." "Why?" Kyle asked. His voice cracked. "Because your sister deserved it," Mom said simply. "Because you've taken from this family for 30 years. You've drained us financially, emotionally, and mentally. You took your father's money and wasted it on 7 failed businesses." "Mom, I was trying." "Your sister started a business with $200 and built it into something real. You started with $50,000 and ended with nothing. 7 times. Mom stood up, walked to me, put her hand on my shoulder. "Jessica has supported herself since she was 22. You're 40 years old and called me last week asking for rent money. Again. So I gave your father's estate to the child who actually deserves it." Kyle looked between us. "This is bullshit. I'm contesting this." "Go ahead," the lawyer said. "Your mother has full legal right to manage the estate as surviving spouse. Her decision is final." Kyle stormed out, slammed the door so hard the frame cracked. Mom sat down next to me. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm sorry it took your father dying for you to get what you deserved." 3 months later, Kyle tried to contest. Lost. I kept the lake house. First thing I did was change the locks.